what if I told you that America had its own version of Stonehenge known as the Georgia Guidestones? This stone monument appeared on this hillside in Elberton, Georgia on March 22nd, 1980, with the builders being completely anonymous to this day. The Georgia Guidestones contain 6 granite slabs standing almost 20 feet high and weighing over 237,000 pounds. And like Stonehenge, they incorporate aspects of archaeoastronomy, which is the ancient practice of aligning buildings with celestial bodies. For example, this center stone has a slot to mark the winter and summer solstice, where the sun shines perfectly through this tiny hole exactly at sunset, only on those 2 days every year. This smaller hole, cut horizontally through the center stone, marks the exact position of the North Star Polaris on every night of the year, and this slit cut through the capstone on top perfectly marks high noon every single day. That is, until they were blown up at 4 a.m. on July 6, 2022. Nobody has come forward and claimed responsibility for this bombing, and no suspects have been identified yet. What makes these stones so controversial is that they contain a message for humanity. 10 modern commandments engraved into each slab, using the 8 most common languages in the world: English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian, along with ancient languages like Babylonian, Greek, Sanskrit, and Egyptian hieroglyphs, with a marker in front of the monument reading, "Let these be guidestones to an age of reason." Some of these guidelines include: unite humanity with a living new language, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court, guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. But the most controversial of these is the first commandment: maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Now, to put this into perspective, there are over 7.7 billion people on Earth today, meaning that to follow this guideline, over 7 billion innocent people would have to be eliminated from the population. To figure out who may have created these and destroyed them, we've got to go back to the year 1979, when a man named R.C. Christian walked into the Elberton Granite Finishing Company to speak with the president of the company, Joe Fendley. Christian wanted Fendley's company to help build a stone monument that would, quote, function as a compass, a calendar, a clock, and should be capable of withstanding catastrophic events. Now, Christian also admitted to Fendley that his name, R.C. Christian, was actually a pseudonym that he was using because he represented a, quote, group of loyal Americans that wanted to remain anonymous. He also mentioned this anonymous group had been planning the construction of these stones for 20 years.